Okay, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Let's see what we got here. What do we got going on? Hold on one second, I'm adjusting some settings. That way... I know what I'm doing. Okay, cool. So, we are back with Carlson here, who is the world's greatest bonking tool. What is this thing even called? The club. Yes. Little on the nose there. At least that's where it's intended to go when enemies are concerned. Okay, and we need to go and pick up Torrent so that we are not walking everywhere like some basic bitch walking kind of person, you know what I mean? Man, that other one took off like immediately. That was kind of funny, to be honest. Alright. Let's hold on, let me change that, and okay, cool, we are good. I don't know if you guys can hear this like me, but these, let's put the bat monsters down first, and then we will talk about this ambiance. Can y'all hear, like, these dudes who are all crucified here? They are just having a hell of a time. They're just up there screaming and you probably can't hear it quite as well. I mean, I have headphones on, so it picks up minutia like that. Which in this case is a curse because it's extremely loud. Like, I can still hear it from like all the way over here. You guys probably can't even hear that now. Anyways, that's not exactly relevant to this exact moment of our Carlson playthrough, so let's go down here and do the torrent stuff, shall we? Awesome, another four-toed foulfoot. These eagles. Which, you know, any of the rest of y'all ever feel like there are some enemies that you don't really like to kill? It's and you know, obviously I use the term enemies loosely here because eagles are not our enemies, y'all. They are our friends.
Have you heard
until we get to Godric's castle, that is, to where they can do things like beat the shit out of you with their knife legs.
Use it. It will summon Torrent. Treat him with...
We will. Torrent, huge respect. We're probably going to do a dex run with Carlson, so
your ambitions.
Let us... Should we max that out right now? Can't. There's an item over there that I think I'm going to use. That's why. Okay. Okay, stop touching me. There we go. We just like teleported away from here. That's hilarious. Let's crush some of these babies. Because there's an item over there. It's like one of those maces that takes 18, I believe. Dude, are you joking? Alright, one more. The last rune that I have, stored rune, anyway. sink all of that directly into dexterity. Wow, a big spender at this point in the game. Yeah, 6,000 runes or whatever I just spent. That's like a big spend, you know? Hey, when you're a wretch, like we are, when we started off, first of all, people think you're a witch and want to burn you at the stake like this guy. Carlson kind of does look like a witch, though. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if she does for this world, because considering the kinds of things we see in the lands between and all of Soul's nation everywhere, she actually looks more on the normal side, wouldn't you say? She's got that pretty dark violet hair and this ghostly complexion, but even in the real world, this would look a little witchy, but like beautiful witchy, not like, you know, some old hag kind of deal. And in this world, it's gotta be actually pretty damn normal. Yo, I picked up that item just now and didn't even equip it. Let's look. So we get 9 and 4. So that gives us an extra 1, 2, 13. 13, yep, okay. 13. We should be dual handling it, but whatever. Handle this. And let's tiptoe away like nothing happened, because we don't want to do any ganking. Let me turn that off. Alright, man. Getting done by the swingy ball thing. Alright. Lord Sworn's great sword. I like how she's just like winding it up. And the dude's like, what is that tinkling sound? It sounds like sleigh bells and shit. He's like, could it be a Christmas miracle? Yeah, and this causes bleed up too. As cheesy as the bleed weapons in this game have the reputation of being, I love the bleed. And to be honest, it's not too cheesy, in my opinion, just because of the fact that it has, what do you call it? Things that bleed, especially when you apply bleed to something that doesn't to begin with. No, stay over there. Get away from me. We don't want to get ganked. We don't have enough. We should have done that at the place over there. Should have upgraded our flask. That's okay. You know what's funny? I don't think I started Carlson off with a... What do they call them? Keepsakes? See. Alright, these guys are not paying attention. I strictly said I don't want to get ganked. I don't care how capable I am with this particular mob. Whoa, dude. That guy was not gonna stagger. He was like, yeah, just not this time. But because I say so, let's make some more of these. It takes 2. And never mind. We can make one of them though. I was saying something and then I got sidetracked, so let's move on and not get seen by this guy before we wall up him. Nice! I tanked through that. Did you see that? Hyper armor. Like I am a Lord Sworn. Godric Knight thing. I got my heals back. Might as well top off. I mean, we're probably not going to see another enemy. Since we got a heal... So, like, when your heals return, that means that all the enemies that are part of a area cluster have been defeated, so we're not going to see anyone else. It don't include those bats over there. Like, if you beat all those bats, they count as their own cluster. So you'll get one, I think, back for defeating all of them. But this whole ruins area, you get 2 or 3 of them. I'm tempted to just go over there and kill them to see how many I'd get. But I have 3 max, so even if they gave me 9 uses back, I have 3 max, so it'd only give me 1, so that wouldn't tell us anything. Okay, let's... Speaking of which, let's touchy this thing and switch our stuff up some. The flasks. Yeah, we don't have any gold. Oh, that's what I was saying. I don't think I gave her the... Yeah, it sucks for me, which is making this a harder playthrough anyway. Will it tell you on this? No, it doesn't tell you. What else would it have given you? Yeah, I don't think I entered a keepsake for her, which is okay. Whatever. It is what it is. It's supposed to be a difficult-er playthrough. Anyway. Give me 1 point of stamina. Yeah. It's supposed to be a difficult playthrough, right? So... we already beat all of them. Let's, oh, that's what I need to do. I need to put this on here so I can use the torrent. Right, whenever I'm not wanting to... Did he hear me? He did. What's funny is he didn't hear it when that guy was, like, first getting cleaved. Like, the first, but the second time I hit him, he was like, hey, what was that? Even though he was farther away for the second one, and it was a lighter attack. Yeah, it's funny stuff, man. Game logic. So in other news, we are booking it over to this side of the battlefield. You know, one of my, like, pet peeves about this game, which is also one of the awesome things about this game, is the fact it's open world.
You were just breaking the
We'll get to
spell,
that in a second.
weren't you?
Some Claude did
Thank
something.
The name's Bok. I was pushed out of the cave,
Okay.
told not to come back. Not ever. Then I ended up as a tree.
The hell?
Lucky you came along, really.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Oh, what a shame. When they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned. And so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me.
Dude, 10 mushrooms and shit. In this game, especially at this point of the game, mushrooms are like
afford to wait for a while,
$100 bills, man.
I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value. Then I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon.
Word. Yeah, dude, mushrooms. Pick up mushrooms everywhere you see them, especially early on. They are literally worth more than almost anything just because it helps you craft those fire bombs, which are more powerful than the throwing knives, and also I was gonna say replenishable, but that's true, but not any more so than the throwing knife. So never mind. I got 4 of those. 1 bone dart. That's what it is. It's not even a knife. It's a bone dart, dude. I was saying how one of the things could be an unpopular opinion, but don't like about Elden Ring actually is that it is an open world game, which is ironic because I also do like that about this game. So I have mixed feelings about it. I generally do not like open world games as a rule, just because the experiences I think are more difficult to script. It's, you know, it's a trade-off. You have the freedom, you have the big world. Oh hell yeah, mushrooms, dude. This is what I'm talking about. Pick them, all of them. You have the freedom and the hell yeah, foul foot of the open world, which is cool. Like absolutely. The first time I played an Elder Scrolls game was like a mind blown moment, and this was a while ago. I say an Elder Scrolls game as if there's not only one that people mostly play, and that's Skyrim. Whoa, I am getting my shit kicked in. I like how this guy is just like, yeah, the person's probably over here where that scream was. Nah, that wasn't cool, dude. There we go. Not that everyone just plays Skyrim and that's it. That's not what I mean. Of course that's not true. I mean, they play the Elder Scrolls Online, I guess. The Oblivion remake was awesome. And Oblivion is the Elder Scrolls game I cut my teeth on. So the first time I played that, dude, that was crazy. Just like this wolf. Not the best situational awareness, buddy. Wow, okay. It's like that attack had some dynamite attached to it. Nice! Suck it down. I don't like how long it's taken me to pan the camera because while I am flattening a guy, there could be another horse-based guy like charging up behind me, but I can't turn the camera to be able to react to that. Anyways, open world games. Since Oblivion and Skyrim was also great. You see, those games, it might have been just the spectacle that open world was newer to me, and just newer in general. They'd been done before, like, I mean, plenty of games have been done before Oblivion that were open world, but Oblivion just, it's, like I said, it's probably because it's the first one. Okay, let's kick that all the way over there. I love the never mind. Anyways, I don't like open world games that don't feel like the open world is 100% like baked into the identity of the game. That was awesome. I did not think that was gonna get both of them. Is these freaking, I think, what are these, Caden Knights? Is that what they're called? They're hard as shit, dude. Yeah, Caden. Should we put that on? It makes us look kind of dumb. It's like the one thing you don't want Carlson to wear because you want to see all that pretty hair, baby. Alright, let's settle this guy. Actually, no. Wait until he is not going to see this. But yeah, with open world games, it's hard to say. It's hard for me to completely explain what I mean by baked into the whole thing. Like, okay, everyone's played those games that are open world, or even, shall I say, I guess, kind of some of the semi-open world ones that they feel like the open world part of it was, a developer decision or whatever to capitalize on the, hey, open world is popular and stuff, and kind of jump on the bandwagon or whatever. Damn, I was really hoping that I would get that second one. Dude, that was crazy. I'm telling you, these guys are hard, man. Harder than this, though. Right, you ever played those games that it feels like, hey, the open world aspect was not executed well? I feel like that's my issue with open world games, is that so many of them want to do that now, and you know, that's fine, because it is cool. But so many of them want to do it now that it's applied to games that you kind of feel like, hey, this game shouldn't be open world, or its game DNA doesn't feel like it. Elden Ring works better than most games that have that issue. It's still an issue for me because just hey, it's a trade-off, right? You make an open world game, you can't script the scenes and the action as well. Should we try this? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I don't know why I did that last dodge there. I did not think that that was the button I hit. Okay, that was dumb. And that just missed completely. That was crazy, dude. Alrighty, get some. So, I don't know, like I said, it's a trade-off. You can't script the game as well, but you do get the open world, and that is cool. Dude, I don't know how that missed, but I'm glad it did, because that would have killed me. Probably. Okay, that sucks. It's, yeah, these guys are just way too hard, man. But what was I saying? It's like each one of their attacks takes more than half of my health. It's like when it comes to open world, I don't know, just my preference. Everyone has their preference. Can we grab this without you? Yeah, stay over there. Where's the other one? Oh, there he is. And, yeah, it's a preference. Like, for sure, it also depends a little on the game. See, Elden Ring, it works better just because the fantasy setting, oh shit, I didn't know that was gonna knock him off. If I did, I wouldn't have kept attacking and knocked him out of visceral attack state. Wow, dude. Wow, dude. Frozen raisin. Okay, let's stop messing with them because yeah. But that's my main issue with this game. Otherwise, like, the game is like either a near masterpiece or a masterpiece. I feel like there's a few things about it that hold it out of a absolute 10 out of 10 for me. I like how my level says 10 to 10. You know, I mean, the game is a 10 out of 10, but there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, these things annoy me enough that I could see myself holding it back to, like, instead of a 9 out, maybe a 9.5 out of 10 or something. Like, in many respects, it is a 10 out of 10. But the open world is one of the things that gives me pause. And it's not, like, huge. It's not like, I'm not like, dude, this game sucks because it's open world. No, they did it really well. But my issue with open world is, like, there's a lot of walking around. with not much in between you and the next, like, place or point of interest or even group of enemies or something, and that's just part and parcel of, hey, that's what an open world is. It's not, there's not something going on behind every stump in the forest, you know? And that's okay. And this game helps to mitigate that with the horse, which is my other issue. I like the horse, but because it's not in this part of the game, but especially when you get in the second half, it's almost imperative that you use Torrent, just because the game starts getting so big and parts are so far from each other that you got to use the horse. And I've always just liked the feeling of playing, you know, Dark Souls with literal boots on the ground. Or if you are an individual like Carlson, just, you know, your feetsies, because it takes way too long to charge up this charge shot, man. Alright, that's okay. I want y'all to come this way anyway, because I don't want to scare that one dude away. He has, like, the most useless whatever it is he's carrying, but, you know, it's a completionist thing. It's the collectathoner in me who wants to pick up whatever useless shit that he is carrying. Let's go ahead and grab that before high and mighty dude catches up. Move the oh, that is one of the things that holds this game from being a 10 out of 10 for me. And it's not just this game. Many games, many other Souls games and mechanically similar games have this very bad input to where if you're facing over here and you click the lock-on button, it does that. It snaps your aim to where your character's facing, and that has never once, ever, like ever, come in handy. It has, in almost every case that it happens, screwed me up, because I'll be like, oh, I'm running away, but I'm wanting to lock onto a dude, and the game just isn't quite getting that dude in your line of sight, and it does this right here. Like you're like, oh, I want to lock onto that guy right behind me, and it's doing this, and your character's running all over the place. Just very bad game design in a game that otherwise is, like, awesome. Like, the game design of Elden Ring is almost faultless, but this thing, you see how it's locking onto him? Like, oh damn, I'm running away from him, but I want to keep him in focus, and it's doing that. There's so many times to when you're doing that, and it does this, because it's not, like, perfectly in your line of sight. And sometimes a dude is closer than this dude is, and it still won't do it. That's the problem with this guy. It's not just that his attacks are strong, but it's that they do, like, this double stagger to you, to where you stagger for much longer than you should. For this early in the game is probably what it is. When you get some better armor, I don't think it's quite as severe. But anyways, that's one of my pet peeves of the game. This thing right here, like I said, that's moving the camera when you click the lock-on button. And I know, I'm sure there are ways to turn it off. I know I check in every game, and I can't see it in the normal menu. So if someone could help me out with that, that probably would alleviate that one thing, and then the game design would be fine. But the way I see it is nobody uses this, right, to center their gaze, like, oh, what's in front of me? Like, okay, it's not working now because there's a dude. It's like, oh, what's in front of me? And to do that, people are just gonna turn their camera. So I don't think that should be something that is enabled by default, regardless of whether you can turn it off or not. Just saying, it's, for an action game like this, it has too often been a detriment on my, on my experience of the game. But the open world, I think the biggest thing is, yeah, like I said, you gotta use Torrent, like the horse, and it's just not something I'm a huge fan of. I don't like mounts in games in general, versus being able to just hoof it like yourself. And that might be just a personal thing, and that's fine. But definitely one of my bigger problems with... Dude, she started doing that shit before he was even down. That was crazy. Bigger problems with open world games is, you know, and you have to have the horse, right? It doesn't make sense not to have it. It's just, I don't know. I'm not somebody that would call that my favorite thing. I think a small issue. Obviously, I love the game. Obviously, I will still be playing it like 10 years from now. And every one of these games, even ones that are straight up 10s out of 10s, are still awesome. It's just... that's just my opinion on open world games. Why is my... does someone see me? Okay. But, dude, I wouldn't be playing the damn game, though, right? If I still didn't like it. And they needed to make this switch. They did. Because I think more people like it than don't. So it absolutely makes sense. I get that. And even if it's not a decision I would have made personally, I can't even say that that's necessarily true. Because, hey, look, you're never going to figure out some stuff if you're too afraid to try some stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean? Gold pickled Foulfoot. No shit. So what do we want to do now? Yeah, we can't craft those yet. I forgot who it is that gives you that. Is it Patches? Dude, I don't remember. Alright, put this... whoops. I think we put these here, is what I do. So that... no, that's not what I do. Okay, this is what I do. I take this and I put it here, so it's a hotkey item, you know what I mean? And so when there is a situation to where I want to get, I think it's 10% more runes, especially like during a boss fight, you literally can whack a boss, and then as he is going down and exploding into the foggy light thing, you can just quickly hotkey that thing and eat you some crow. No, they're leaving. It's probably because I called them crows. That's not what eagles are. Some eagle foot to, yeah, do that. Which is so weird, like, that they chose that. I'm sure there is some lore behind it, like, that I don't understand. It seems weird without, okay, that thing sees me from all the way over there. Did he, like, have a crystal ball or something and knew when I was coming? I'm not ready for no plants right now. I'm trying to get more of this. Oh yeah, I was saying earlier how, not that they're enemies, but this is like at the beginning of this stream, but the eagles is one of the, I guess you could say, creatures that I don't actively like killing, because I don't know. Any of y'all ever feel that way about something to where you're like, I'd rather not. Like, I don't like killing the eagles in this game, but there's such a good prize for doing so with that plus 10%. Dude, use that on the right, 10%, yeah, use that on the right bosses, and you are getting a huge increase in the amount of runes that you are getting from that boss. This is kind of funny. I've never done what I just did right there before. Oh, okay. We missed the visceral. Whatever. I guess that's what I deserve. And this too for cheesing the plant that first time. That's okay. Yeah, the next time we start leveling up, we can definitely do whatever the health stat is called in this game. But, oh good, that did not send me far at all. Yeah, man, but yeah, eagles, it's just a creature I don't like killing. I don't know why. They're cool, they're majestic, they do nothing to you, right? They're just minding their own business and being cool and majestic. When they absolutely could tear your ass up, you see the size of these eagles? Like, you do not want to tangle with one of them. If this was real life, that would literally be like you, like, I don't know, trying to fight it like a cheetah or something, like something big like that. And hey, if you're gonna fight a big cat, a cheetah is the one you want to fight because they are relatively small. Or a big cat. Yeah, I'm not even watching my health bar and it's decaying thanks to poison. Whoa, dude, that was cool. Yeah, this enemy is not even really worth killing because it doesn't give you that much stuff, and I don't really... Poison blooms and Miranda powder, I'm not sure those are things that I use in a normal playthrough. Alright, we need to beat the rest of these flowers up so we can get our heals back because we're about to run the hell out. Count all this. Wow, that fucking sucked. On account of all this poison, there we go. Heal, 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 heal. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna pull through now. We are not going to face whatever is in that cave. I forgot what boss that is, but we do not have enough us left. Do we have antidotes? I don't think we do. Let's look. Those neutralizing ball, whatever the hell they're called. Ooh. Hey! This is an instance where one of these flying health dudes will actually come in handy. I literally never use these. And he is like... I think they only give you 3 though, right? So let's let the rest of this poison tick away. Actually, my flask isn't going to max out anyway. Yeah, okay. I think I might have made a mistake by choosing this item because it has the worst range, dude. It may as well be like a fist weapon because it does not have that much range. That's one reason I die a lot. I'm dying a lot is because I am miscalculating how much range this weapon has. And not even trading blows, I am not hitting the enemy. And they are hitting me. Oh, okay. Let's make a little list of my pet peeves of why this game isn't a 10 out of 10. It might not be. It might be like a 9.5, it might be a 9.9 out of 10, but there's a few things that annoy me enough that I'm like, okay, this is inexcusable. Alright, the camera thing we talked about before. Absolutely. One of those things. Here's another one that is so dumb. Like, that was happening over there. I'm standing, right, like right here, and there's an enemy, like, right up there. And they do not attack, but they walk off of the rock and then fall, like, you know, like, whatever this is. 6 feet, not even. And if their hitbox touches yours, it's like, I don't know. Like, they weigh 6,000 pounds and drop themselves directly on your coconut, dude. And you see that damage on my health bar? That little crick of damage happened because a dude's like, you know what, I'm just gonna step off of this. It was that wolf. And that, number one, in my opinion, that's taking it too far, right? That's too much realism. We need more unrealism. Like, I understand that, yeah, somebody doing that in real life, it would do a little bit of damage. That's too much realism, right? Okay, in a game that lets you drop, like, you could drop off of that structure right there and not die, and not even take damage. In real life, you're not gonna die from that, but you will probably be pretty badly injured, and you wouldn't even take damage from that drop, I'm pretty sure. You guys know what I mean. Anyways, the drop-off thing, and it doesn't even have to be like that 6 feet. That's the problem. It could be like this. This is what, 3 feet in game? You'd be like, oh, and drop right there, and it's like, oh damn, it did damage to you, which on its own is very stupid. But the thing that really fries me about it is it has the tendency to also stagger you, and that's just dumb. Okay, so that's the second major sin of Elden Ring, why it is like sub 10 out of 10, if I'm being nitpicky. So this whole camera thing, you see this right here, that the drop off at 1 foot, because sometimes it's something as small as this in the game, like it just, I don't know, considers that little drop off, whatever, as much more height than it is, and triggers that whole situation that I was just talking about and that I hate. So yeah, that's dumb. Because it's like this. It's really, like, I get it if you're at a height at like this or more, okay, maybe you can justify it, and that's fine. Definitely if you're at a height of like up to there. But the problem is, this issue, like this, hey, you're gonna take a little bit of damage, only happens at heights that are this or lower, because enemies generally don't step off of ledges that are higher than that. They don't step off of ledges that are higher than that. So it only happens at the low, stupid edge. Anyways, it's just my opinion that they could completely remove that from no matter what height it is. Just completely take that out of the game, and it would not be a negative effect in the slightest on the game. You know what I just did? I did not pick up the item for beating those giants up, and they got reset because I died. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go back to the big ass Miranda Bloom thing. Because we can fight the boss now. With 3 crimson tears flasks, we can do it. Hey, this is a casual stream, man. I am not professing to be any ability over noob. The trick is to jump around him and do that attack so that you know, his head doesn't get in the way. See, right here is where you want to use the pickle foul foot to gain the thing. I'm not going to do it because yeah, 1100. That getting 10% more of that ain't worth it. Because later on, the eagles are, I don't know. In some areas, there's not that many of them, so you can't farm them as easy. So I don't waste those on small amounts. Plus, I only have one, right?
Tarnished, are we? I wonder you should turn up here.
All right.
Salem has sourced sorcerer, quite plainly. Why are you here?
Quite plainly. No. I want to learn sorcery.
A yen for glintstone sorceries. I dare say your proclivities are far from ideal. Oh well, perhaps
Copy
nurture will
that.
defy nature. With a bit of
She's
luck.
like, girl, you suck.
But one must choose one's masters wisely. I was exiled from the Academy of Rea Lucaria as a reviled, apostate witch. Do you still wish to learn from me? Well, you are a piece of work. Very well. You are now my protege in glintstone sorcery. But I refuse to coddle or cast kind words. Never.
You got a lot of
Anticipate
these
grievances,
around here.
young apprentice.
Hell yeah. See, here's my issue with this whole situation. Is, first of all, why are you in here when there was a mad pumpkin head dude out here? Was he your friend? Were you a prisoner? Can't I get something for free if I just saved you? Did he just not know you were in there? Should we be leveling up our health now so we're not getting knocked around quite as much? Yes, we should. Okay. I was gonna say something else about that whole... God damn it, dude. That big-ass Miranda Bloom is... It's like, dude... That thing has some damn sight, man. It can see through walls, too. It's not enough that it can literally see into other regions. I bet you I'd be walking around Caelid and it's like, hey, shoot Carlson. I can see her. There's a little dot in the distance. You know what we should have done is... Nah. Shut them horns up. This is not the place or time for band practice. Okay, this is what I was needing to do, and I haven't, is... Oh, bloody hell, I don't have the wolves, which is my favorite one. Almost for the whole game, actually. It's not the best one, but the fact that there's 3 of them is what makes it so helpful to me. Okay, you see, that right there is what I was trying to prevent. You see how, like, he hits you and it stun locks you way longer than most attacks? Like that right there. God damn, I'm like stun locked for an eternity, dude. And then he like... Okay, let's... He like follows it up immediately with a horse kick or something dumb like that. Any of the rest of y'all I should be fine with. It's just that one dude, man. He's... Even to someone who's played the game like me and knows his moveset and everything, it's just still... just... not... I am not good at him. All these guys are dropping row of fruits as if... I mean, like, why do you guys even have those? Can people eat them too? You guys don't have horses. Do you all just carry feed for the one Caden Knight? I hate that dumb shit too. They're holding the torch out, so to hit him, you have to take damage. Still not as stupid as some of the stuff that happens. What is the sword that they are carrying? Can you get that sword? That's a pretty sword, dude. I don't think you can. I don't think I've ever had that one show up. Alright, in order to replenish our very much drained... I'm trying not to say Estus. Cerulean... No, that's wrong too. That's the other one. Crimson. Oh, it's right there, like at the bottom of the screen. Hello. You know, try some situational awareness, right, Carlson? they got drained because of the Cave Knight. Tough luck sucker. Okay, speaking of Cave Knight, stay the hell away from me. Like, literally, a hardest enemy in the first hour of the game. I wanted to do the visceral, but okay. Ooh. Nice. Okay, yeah, and they gave me 3 of them back. I think 3 is the maximum, at least for the main game. I have not played any of the DLCs, so can't speak to that. But 3 appears to be the maximum for this part of the game. Is there anything else I want to do over here? Because I know I don't want to go that way yet. Yeah, I do. That's another thing. Did you see that? How I called the horse, and if you're stepping off a ledge, it doesn't work. It just seems like there's so much of my problems with this game is centered around the way the terrain is. Like, there is like all of these all this different terrain that isn't even, which obviously it's not supposed to be. Like, I get that, but like all these 1-inch drops that prevent you from doing things like calling your horse, and when you attack, like a 1-inch thing like at your ankles stops your character from rushing forward with their attack, and they just do the attack and miss because they can't rush forward, you know, stuff like that. Hey, I walk off a 1-inch piece of ground and do drop damage, which shouldn't exist even for 100-foot drops, just because it's just, so, you know, all that shit. So much of my problems with this game is centered around that. Yeah, I'm not sure about this guy, man. Frozen raisin. Okay. Smoldering butterfly. Nice. Those are a little hard to come by early on here, so it's nice to pick up 4 of them. I always forget that I have these too, you know. And don't be throwing them at people. When I should be, because they're basically endless once you get like 2 hours into the game or whatever, which I'm already about 2 hours into the game, but like, you know what I mean. 2 hours of actual progress, not a dude running around on their feet instead of on a horse like they're supposed to be. There is so many smoldering butterflies and so many mushrooms. It's just right here at the beginning of the game that mushrooms and especially smoldering butterflies are like gold, man. Hell yeah. And picking up 3 mushrooms at once. Fantastique. Alright, there's another one of those. I think I actually use the horse for so I can beat up that scarab thing and dart away before the crab. Got it. See, I always almost get taken out by that. And it is a relatively not useful for me art. It's just the collectathon part of it that I gotta collect it, man. Appreciate this guy for having both mushrooms and butterflies standing by here.
Ah, you must be the new Tarnished. You do well to steer clear of a gill-like fledgling. Dragon roosts there, and it's as fearsome as it is majestic. So,
Sweet.
unless you're mad or wish to be burned alive, stay clear of the lake.
Copy that.
Don't be a fool.
Turn back before it's too late, man.
Turn back before it's too late.
I believe at this point of the game, and for another hour or two, the dragon actually is the largest instant source of runes, and that's where I would use that use the foot on the bird, the foul foot. How many did that say I needed? Do I want to do that? Oops. Yeah, okay. Foul foot. Level up, man. Okay, I didn't need. I only need 4. That's okay. Best case scenario, don't use this crappy ass weapon. I don't know why I chose to use this against the dragon. Dragons can be bled though, which is really good. Alright guys, I think that's going to do it for this stream, and we'll come back on here a little bit later. So, catch y'all next time.